Denmark, the biggest shopping area in West Jutland, with more than 200 specialised shops, restaurants, a shopping centre and department stores in a friendly and cosy urban environment. The Christmas shopping's done for the day and everyone's making their way to the Granley Hockey Arena for this evening's entertainment, the fourth draw of the day and the final session of the round robin here in the 2015 European Curling Championships. Denmark versus Russia is our featured game. My name's Logan Gray and alongside me, Sander Rovog, giving you live commentary throughout the game.
Good evening, Logan.
So let's meet the teams. Denmark led by Charlotte Clemensen. Second player, Stephanie Riisdahl Nielsen. Third player, Helle Simonsen. And of course, the skip, Lene Nielsen, alternate Isabella Clemensen, and coach Ulrich Schmidt. Russia led by Neruka Esche. Second player, Alexandra Reva. Third player, Margarita Fomina. And of course, the skip, Anna Sidorova, Alina Kovaleva, the alternate, and Roger Schmidt, the coach.
The games will begin in 1 minute. Good luck and good curling.
And this is how it all shapes up after 8 draws. Russia and Denmark already qualified, and Scotland too. Finland, with a win this evening, will join them in the semi-finals. And Switzerland and Sweden. The winner of that game will be hoping for a loss for Finland against Estonia this evening. And Estonia and Hungary already relegated to the B division for next year. There's the other games out there. Who are you following? And just highlighted there, sheet D, Denmark-Russia, our featured game. Denmark will be playing the red stones and wearing the red tops. Sweden playing the yellow stones and wearing the white tops. Neruka Esche gets us underway here in the first end. Sander, both these teams already qualified. What is there to play for?
Well, obviously, just winning a game for the players will give you a good feeling coming into the most important part of the event. I'm not quite sure how these teams stack up, but I believe Russia, if they win, they will be for sure the winner of the round robin.
Correct, you're doing well.
Well, Denmark, if they win, should be at 7 wins along with Russia and go ahead on a win-to-win basis. So certainly probably want to be in that 1-4. We don't play with the page playoff system anymore. We've done that for quite some time, back to the traditional format, type of format you'd see at the Olympics, just the straight semi-finals. Ranked number 1 plays 4, and then ranked number 2 plays rank 3.
So here's Neruka Esche, the oldest player in the Russian team. Spent a number of years really on the bench for the Russians. Of course, Katerina Galkina, long-serving lead for the women's team, not present this season. We earning some well-deserved rest and relaxation. Okay, so just a confirmation, Denmark, if they won this game, they would be guaranteed number 1 spot, as they beat both Russia and Scotland, who could also join them on 7 wins and 2 losses. Okay, seem to have a little bit of a technical issue here. One of the umpires coming out to...
Yeah, we have to watch. Number 8. Yeah, 8.
So I think there's a problem with one of the handles here. So thankfully, this kind of situation is much more quickly dealt with than it was in the past. The umpire just standing and doing it the old-fashioned way, watching for a clean release before the hog line. Here's Charlotte Clemison, the 23-year-old. Of course, it's her sister Isabella on the bench. So, as I was saying, Denmark have ranking over Russia and Scotland, who can all end up at 7 wins and 2 losses. Of course, Russia, if they were to win, would be guaranteed top, as they're already 1 game clear. And Scotland have already qualified in 3rd position. And they would remain there regardless of the outcome of their game this evening. Finland, who could join them on 6 wins, would also be 4th, as Scotland beat Finland in the round robin. And Denmark beat Scotland in the first game of the week. Yep. And one more permutation. If Scotland win, then they can finish 2nd in the round robin. If Denmark lose.
There are too many scenarios to go through them.
I don't think I could have done that more succinctly if I tried.
I know, especially for this draw. You have the guys in curling, the ones scoring the games. Sometimes we'll ask them to print out all the scenarios, and have gotten pages, about 10, 12 pages. A good 40 or 50 different scenarios, and they need to pick one of them by the end of the draw to figure out who's what's the rankings going to be, so they're prepared for that.
Yeah, so I think the approach we'll take is just let's see what happens.
Yeah, pretty much. Might be all easier now. No.
Just a reminder of the rules of play: 6 ends minimum in the round robin, 38 minutes of thinking time for both teams, and 1 60-second timeout available at any time during the match. Well, Alexandra Reva with a good takeout on the wing there. Surprise victory earlier on today against Sweden, trailing for just about the whole match. I think just about the first time they went into the lead was in the extra end. Wasn't a required win for Russia, but certainly a helpful one when it comes to ranking.
Stephanie Riesdahl just going to roll out there and allow Russia to come around the centre guard. Had a pretty tight game against Sweden, and even though Sweden wasn't too up in the game, but just looking at Russia's demeanour earlier today, just looking like they had lost that game through 10 ends and didn't really communicate that well. Looking not so interested in even playing, but somehow ended up winning. The first smile around the team really came after the extra end.
Yeah, I think they'll be looking to bounce back, the Russians, with a strong performance this evening, just to give them that confidence boost going into the semi-final stages. Helle Simonsen, the Danish 3rd. Of course, Denmark off to a flying start with 6 straight wins, the host nation. But the wheels coming off the wagon a little bit in the last 2 games. Suffering losses to Norway and Finland.
It's certainly not the time of the week to start losing games.
Oh, and how well was Lena Nielsen playing at the start of the week? It was fantastic.
They've been really solid, so I'll be very interested to see how she gets on in this game. See the hog-to-hog stopwatch here. early on in the game, first end, we might be looking at maybe 13.5 for a draw. This one's going to be 14.5, so might pull up a little bit short. We'll see how far they can drag it. Yeah, some good sweeping there. And the ice is fairly quick already here in the first end.
I quite often see that. Sometimes 3, even 4 sweepers out there on a Russian stone. And a lovely draw. And Helle Simonsen only manages to get the top guard off. Just a reminder, Denmark with the last stone here in the first end.
So, going to play the hit this time, Anna Sidorova. Bit too risky to throw the centre guard. If you over miss it, Denmark will actually be able to hit and lie too. So, just looking for a hit on this red stone, top 12, and try and check in to lie to try and set up for a force.
So here's Anna Sidorova, the 24-year-old, the face of Russian curling.
And I think the shooter will just cling on.
Oh, super shot. Nice and flat as well. It's going to be very difficult to remove both of them in one shot.
So, Lena Nelson not really left with too much here. She's going to play a little hit and roll towards the wing. Surely she'll just leave another nose hit for Anna Sidorova. Can't really roll to any good spots here. And then Nelson. Makes the hit. And I think we'll see more of the same from Team Russia.
So we're going to get a good look at the slide of Anna Sidorova, and the sweepers releasing away with the stone. 33 feet from the hack to the hog line. That's of course, the line that the stone needs to be gone by. And makes the nose hit at the other end of the ice, 126 feet from the hack to the middle of the button at the other end. So it's a long way. There you see it. So nothing really fancy here required. Just a controlled weight takeout for Lena Nielsen to put one on the board. Final stone of the first end. Not even a lick of sweeping here. Has she done enough? She has. And a solid first end. Denmark scoring 1, and after one end, it's Denmark 1, Russia 0. Second end, Denmark 1-0 here. Sander, how important after a rocky couple of games for Denmark was it to get off to a nice, simple, easy start?
Well, you know, scoring 1 in the first end, not ideal when you have last stone, but just nice to get a point up on the board there and feel like you're, you know, slightly in control. So, yeah. Probably good for Denmark, although Lena Nelson was probably hoping to at least have something to work with there. Sliding down to the hack. I think player by player, Russia has a stronger team, so the Danish girls, the younger ones, they need to make some shots and to leave Lena Nelson with a chance to score a few. Because a good Lena Nelson today could really make a difference, as we saw against Sweden.
Good corner guard goes up. So good weight with the 2 stones by the Danish lead. Would have liked them just over a little bit on the centre line.
Esbjerg, actually a 2-time gold medalist at the European Curling Championships. She played all the games when she went under skip Ludmila Privikova back in 2006. She also played 1 game as alternate when Anna Sedrova got the gold medal in 2012 in Karlstad, Sweden. Privikova also on that team that year.
Yeah, a lot of experience there, especially with Fomina at her shoulder. Quite an unbelievable number of international championships.
Yeah, she's played 37 different international competitions. Everything from the B World Juniors to the Olympics. And Esbjerg, the lead for Russia, has just rounded off 100 games at Europeans this week.
Yeah, it's been a very settled pool of players who've been representing Russia. Alexandra Reva, probably the latest addition to this setup, coming in not too long before the Olympic Games. Alexandra, previously Alexandra Saitova, recently married.
Yeah, well, she plays some really good curling. She makes a really nice run back here. No, she's played some really nice curling at second position for Russia at the World Junior Curling Championships back in 2013 on home soil in Sochi when they won the gold medal. And after that, she was swiftly picked up for the women's team, and she's done really well since that. Kept her spot.
Oh, absolutely, and she's famed for those run-back doubles.
Stephanie Riesdahl also played that World Juniors back in Sochi. Skipped a Danish team that were thought to maybe get relegated that year, but knocked up 5 wins with some really impressive play at fourth. See that red stone exposed through the gap of the L guards. But Sidorova not keen on coming after it. Looking at tapping up the center guard, which seems like a bit of a dubious call. Sure, you want to keep the center line open, but with this red stone so open, I think you go after it. So, in the end, they will choose to come after the shot stone here. Maybe hoping to roll this one a little further to the wing. But not too bad there.
Yeah, absolutely the way to keep the scoring area big. Could have played a draw around there. That certainly would have been the more offensive shot. Not much room to work with, though.
So Denmark looking for a nose hit. Not sure if they could ever maybe get enough finish to maybe nudge in behind the guard a little bit too. But at the moment, this one looking a little bit wide. And she's actually going to roll out here. And I wonder if Sidorova might be tempted to make a play on the center guards. She was looking to open up center line on that previous shot, but now opting for the draw. With the hammer here, she could have played a double peel on the center guards and left 2 corners. But feeling like coming into the house here with Margareta Fomina's first stone.
Well, Russia have got that stone nicely locked up, and Ulrich Schmidt, the coach, taking some video footage of their good work, or of what the Danes are facing. Sorry. Just trying for the freeze here. Rubs the guard. And there's Roger Schmidt. I'm sure he'll be sitting reasonably comfortable here in the second end.
кажется. Нет, Кира. Кира, только ты. Нет, это хуже, нет. Кира.
Это 4 пуда. 6.
8. Свип, да, ближе надо, свип, затирай.
That was a great line. Fantastic shot here from Margarita Fomina down into the 8-foot circle to lie to. And Lena Nilsson with her work cut out here in this end.
Hvordan ser det ud dernede fra? Hvad? Du kan se meget lidt. Skal jeg tage garden op i? Ja, men den røde ligger en lille smule foran. Nå. Ja. Vi kan godt prøve. Kan I lide den? Så skal du holde sugeren derude, så den er vejen. Ja. Hvis den rammer garden op, så står den over, så kører den videre ned.
Well, big problems here for Denmark. Forced to drive that tight yellow guard in to try and clear some of that yellow granite. Might be able to get them all going. She gets it really good.
Har du nogen idé om noget? Hvad?
Playing a very soft weight here. Logan thinks she might be just tapping up the redstone, actually.
Yeah, an aggressive call here.
This one's going to over curl and catch the corner guard. And now in all types of trouble.
Yeah, just not enough weight behind that stone. I don't know what happened there. Maybe a bit of a fresh path. I'm not sure that would have been a line that they would have thrown that much in practice. It's very easy in practice to throw the kind of 8-foot lines repeatedly to get the draws up to speed. And then as soon as you come inside, maybe slightly slower paths. And Lena Nilsson getting caught out there.
Happy to see Sidrova playing the in-turn draw this time rather than the double tap. Seem to be looking at all sorts of other options against Sweden yesterday.
That happened today, Sander. I know it's been a long day.
Was it this morning?
Yes.
Oh well. I got up at 6, so feels like yesterday.
Oh, lovely draw there by Anna Sidorova. Now lying 3, and Denmark covering their only way in really with their previous stone. And there's the other games that are out there, so you can follow whatever country you choose to follow. Or some just because you have to. I know I feel like that when I'm watching Scotland play football.
So I think the call here for Lena Nilsson is
well, we've got another
to freeze the yellow.
Well, I think that will be the call, but first she's calling for a technical timeout. I think we've got more problems with the handles.
You have to watch.
So you see the lights blinking, green and red.
I think it's working. I think that just indicating that the battery is a bit low. We'll see if it flash green on release. So freezing the second shot. I wonder if she'll be able to curl enough to sit for second shot. This one coming really wide at the moment. And I think she's added maybe just a touch too much weight here.
Well, looks like it's going to drift through the 8 foot. And Denmark still lying 3 with a draw for 4 now.
Lennon Nelson not really showing the form we've been raving about in the last 2 days.
Ele está no mar 84, 85.
А, 85.
Мы уже проехали, мы ее добром.
So here's the hog-to-hog split timing clock. Generally, throughout the championships, we've been looking for somewhere around 14.5 seconds to reach the T line. That would suggest this might be a little bit hot at the moment. Well, has she done enough? Gets a nice little spin at the end. And it is 4 yellows and 4 for Russia. And a great start for Russia. Denmark seemingly on the ropes already in this game. And after 2 ends, it's Russia 4, Denmark 1.
Просто если мы взяли, он мог бы отъехать дальше. Мне кажется, надо, очень валит.
Как-то начало
Свип, детский дом обязательно. Свип.
Well, certainly with a 4-1 lead, Russia would have been wanting this one in the house. It rears up short. So that could be useful for Denmark later on as some extra cover to hide behind. Corner guard goes up, and Russia will certainly be planning on coming around and into the house on this occasion. Sander, is there any concern for Denmark at the moment? Off the back of 2 losses, and they've made a bad start here. They kind of seem to be going in the wrong direction at the wrong time in the week.
Yeah, I think so. I'd be concerned if I was them. Like I said, it's not really or like you said, not the time of the week to be start losing games and losing form. Still a long way to go in this game, though, so they can surely turn it around, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, we'll just hold that thought, Sander. Over on sheet B, here's Mela Mulder from Estonia, trailing Finland by 3 shots to 0. Just really playing for honour now. The Estonians already relegated to the B group, along with Hungary. Finland with so much to play for. A chance for them to get into the semi-finals, and certainly getting some extra help there. Mela Mulder not even close with their final draw, and Finland still won 4-0 to Finland.
Вот чуть-чуть туда, вот так.
Давай попробуем.
Давай.
Если что, гард. 5.
Changing her ammunition.
5. Валит не очень. 6. Валит не очень.
5, 6.
Yeah, some stones
Давай
might curl a bit more than others, so usually the alternate will be out there at evening practice to throw all the rocks down the same line with the same rotation and see if they can find an odd one or two. And, the more experienced teams might use that for their benefit. Comes around the guard here. Nice looking shot by Reva. We're looking to roll behind cover there, behind the yellows, but still good.
Well, she obviously picked the right stone in the end. So, as we mentioned earlier, maybe a chance to come around the centre guards. Another look at how tight this got to the guard. Not even a piece of paper between them. Oof. Nicely done by the sweepers to hold that one up. Well, here's Stephanie Riesdahl coming around this staggered 2 stones in front of the house. Good line, just a pound too much weight. So a nice chance here for Denmark to get a simple 2 straight back on the board and narrow the gap. Well, I must say that I thought they may draw around the Yellowstone at the front of the house, but looks like they're happy to throw a guard here, Sander. You look like you're scratching your head as well.
Yep, I certainly with the last stone. Just keep the centre line as it is. Use the corner guard. There's a reason why he threw it up there. Might as well use it.
Yeah, it's always a dangerous tactic to throw centre guards when you do have the last stone. Of course, that does block the path for any draws down into the middle at the end.
Хочу, чтобы чуть переваливал, наверное. Через лицо хочешь? Вот так.
Russia is not going to be tempted to play the freeze here, though. Just going to run the guard back.
Sweep! Sweep! Oh! 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 Sweep! Другой! Sweep! Oh!
Oh, makes the run back. Great shot by Margareta Fomina. Always was one of the risks in throwing the guard and leaving the stones in line like that. So it'll be the come around again for Helle Simonsen this time.
Kommer her. Lotte ind. Kør, Lotte. Godt, Helle. Godt, Helle. Godt farve. God fart.
Great draw again. Still half a stone poking out from behind that guard, but they have just played this run back. They'll go for the same again.
If you make this one really good, you might be sitting shot stone behind the center guard. There we go. Perfect shot.
That's a beauty.
A little bit unlucky to leave the shot stone open on the corner guard side though, leaving Denmark all hit and roll. But that is a well executed shot.
Yeah, and look how this end's turned around now. And that's one tactical error. All of a sudden, Denmark opportunity lost and really on the back foot here in the third end.
Go hard. Go. Quick. Yeah, klar.
That's not really going to roll anywhere. Sits right there, and I think we'll see Anna Sidrova just come after it.
Godt farve, Lotte.
Не мерили тетю?
Еще 5, но 5.
Я думаю, что мне можно послабее, наверное.
Она, мне кажется, не добавляет.
So I don't think she'll be able to roll in behind the center guard here. There's a good chance she'll leave this yellow just in the open. And Lena Nilsson should have a hit and roll back in behind one of the guards. Sidrova could roll this halfway around the corner, but that would leave a draw around the center guard for Denmark. She will roll to the wing. And we'll see a draw around the center as expected. Lena Nelson just showing Stephanie Riesdahl where to put the broom for making her way down to the hack at the home end of the arena.
Hvad siger I? 0-0. Det er jo meget anderledes, end hvad jeg skulle spille sidst.
So with a good draw here,
Vi prøver 0-0.
still possible to score a deuce. The yellow guard quite tight to the house, so we'll just make this draw a slightly higher difficulty.
Nino er i plads. Nino er i plads. Nino er i plads. Kom hvis I skal. Skift. God retning nu. Ja.
15.6 between the Hogs. Say it's either short or it's getting faster. Certainly looks like it's a little bit short. Does enough to get to shot position, but still really quite close to that tight center guard. It should be a short run back for Anna Sidorova.
Jeg klikker, ikke? Jeg tror den.
Я думаю, если мы клиром будем играть, свой я могу швить, только если в самый край. Только если в самый край. На 2, может?
Да, через наш не хочешь, да?
Ну, он вроде виден и больше половины.
Ну давай, на 3. На 2, как тебе удобно.
Так, наверное.
Well, this works too. You can also just peel the red out, so no heroics really required for Russia with a 3-shot lead at this stage.
thought the run back looked slightly easier, perhaps. It's just nose hit or anywhere high, really. If you play the intern. Not sure how much he sees from the hack here. Probably about half. Should be able to pick it out. Just playing a controlled weight here.
Нет. Нет.
Normal weight.
Внимание! Свип! Оу! 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 Вообще! Не-не-не-не-не! Нет!
And does the job. Leaves 2 yellows in house, and just going to leave Nelson with the same draw for the single. So Russia so far doing a pretty good job of forcing Denmark in the first end, scoring for themselves, and then forcing right back in the third here. Just perfectly executed game plan so far by Team Russia.
Well, just needs to find the white bit here, really.
Kig lige op!
It's the 8-foot circle. Certainly can't afford to miss this one. And never looked anywhere else. Slips into the 4, and it's a score of 1 for Denmark, but a lot of work to do already in this game. After 3 ends, Denmark trail Russia by 4 shots to 2.
Der er forskel på de to sten. Ja. Toeren kører væsentligt kortere.
Fourth end, if you've just joined us, you're watching live coverage of the Gruyère European Curling Championships live from the Granley Hockey Arena in Esbjerg, Denmark. Draw 9 of the women's competition, featured game. Russia and Denmark. Russia leading by 4 shots to 2. I'm Logan Gray. Alongside me, Sander Rolvag. And a polished performance so far from Russia, Sander.
Yeah, just done everything right so far, I think. Making their shots, most importantly. And if you look at the scoreboard, just perfectly executed game plan. 2 points up with the hammer here. Even though Denmark started with the last one advantage. Just looking to come around the center guard. This one will slip just a foot too deep. Will allow Denmark to freeze onto it. Really the worst spot to put that yellow. Could have swept that one a little deeper, actually. If Denmark ever locks one on here, it'll be a little hard to remove. Solid numbers, I'd say, for Charlotte Clemenson. Making her simple shots well. Let's see if she can execute a more precise shot here.
Well, it's looking good. Can the sweepers get it there? Perfect shot.
Yep, perfect freeze. Most difficult shot in curling.
So over on sheet C, Eve Muirhead. Tied game with Norway. Playing the third end. Scotland already guaranteed to be in that 2-3 semi. And Sarah Reid and Vicky Adams in the brushes get the job done. Down onto the 1 foot. A score of 1 to take a 2-1 lead over Norway after 3 ends.
Good sweep, guys. First sweep.
Speaking about Scotland, next year we'll have the European Championships in Glasgow, I believe.
Yes, and we're very excited about that. Sander is going to be at the Braehead Arena, just outside Glasgow, right next to Glasgow Airport, if you're planning to fly in to enjoy some of the games. And part of a much bigger package that Scotland bidded for, or the Royal Caledonian Curling Club bidded for with the World Curling Federation. I can't remember exact dates, but there's a World Junior Curling Championships coming up in Aberdeen, World Wheelchair Championships in Stirling, and also the World Men's Curling Championship is going to be held at the Hydro, a big new kind of exhibition venue in Glasgow. So that'll be a fantastic event as well. So lots for Scotland to look forward to. Hopefully people will enjoy their stay there as well.
Bringing the sport home.
It certainly is. So just while Elena Nilsson ponders her next shot, here's Elena Pats, the reigning world champion, struggling this week on 4 wins and 4 losses and needing some extra help if she wants to stay in the competition this week. Trailing Sweden by 2 shots to 0, but drawing to score 2 here, and looking pretty good. Needs a touch on that yellow, and it'll be fine. So it ties the game up. 3 ends played. Sweden 2, Switzerland 2.
So you'll see that perfect freeze by Charlotte Clemenson, still on the 1 foot, and Denmark just guarding it. But that last guard just over curling a fraction, and now Sidorova asking Alexandra Reva to try and peel it out. Some big weight from the Russian second, although we've seen her throw even more than this on previous occasions. Haven't seen her fire the big bombs yet, although she dropped the bomb right here. That's gone right through, not making contact with anything, and with Denmark putting up a good guard here, you might even see them stealing in this end.
Okay, linjen er lidt tight. Whoa, Lotte, whoa, linjen er meget tight.
And this one also perhaps over curling a little bit. Gonna end up in a nice spot. And I think we'll see Sidorova ask for the slash double. Try and clear the front. Might see that second red move towards the situation in the forefoot. Could be good, could be bad. See what comes off here. Not even going to make contact with the second red, and not really making any progress either doing that.
No, but that fantastic draw by Charlotte Clemenson really setting this end up for Denmark.
Not to toot my own horn here, but I did mention that first draw by Russia coming around the centre guard, just being placed in the very worst of spots. If you ever swept that one a little deeper, I don't think they'll have this problem.
Well, Sander, if you don't toot your horn, no one will.
I think you're right about that, Logan.
Okay, Helen.
So,
Не через лицо.
only one stone left for Russia for Skip Rocks. Hoping to make the double peel.
Just a slight adjustment required here, slightly different angles. And does so perfectly. Denmark still in good shape here, can throw another guard.
The easiest way of getting rid of that red stone is to peel it on the centre line side, like Reva was trying to do. She freshed one. But there's a chance for Russia to play a tap up, a setup shot on the yellow as well, if that's ever exposed on the other side.
Fomina and Sidorova just analysing the previous shots that were played.
Probably looking for this guard to be just biting the centre line. Just crossing it. We'll find a really nice spot.
Well, I think Lena Nilsson just identifying that could have maybe run a little bit further to make the tap up on that Yellowstone more difficult. Still in a strong position though.
Yeah, even if Russia makes a tap, they won't be a lying shot, and you can see Denmark just throw the guard again. Although there would be 3 yellows in the house, and if you look at that yellow corner guard, that could be run in for a huge score. Wouldn't mind just playing the tap up here if I was Russia. Try and free up that back yellow and see if you're left a chance to get to that red stone on your last one. I think it might be worth saving the back one. Maybe just trying to tap it to the back 12.
Well, I think that the quiet wait certainly is the best way to try and make sure that they stay frozen on that red stone. So it's just kind of almost a bit of a byproduct of the primary goal.
I think they're playing just a little more weight than the backline hack weight here, though. Looking more like a controlled takeout. We did see her throw a little more weight than necessary earlier today and yesterday, but that works out really well for them.
Yeah, good shot all the same. And Denmark just need to be a little bit careful here. Well, this is one of those ones that you kind of need to get it right, and you certainly don't want to be wide here and make the last stone easier for Denmark. So looks like we've got another technical timeout here. Sander, can you just explain what a technical timeout is?
Well, both teams have a running time clock. They're allotted 38 minutes of thinking time before a game starts. So, and also a coach interaction or timeout for, there you see the clocks. You also have a timeout where your coach can come out and sort of help you out with tactical advice. A technical timeout is just when there's a technical problem on the ice and you don't want to be penalized for a technical error. So the umpire will stop the clock and
Yeah,
you can sort the issue out.
And quite often it's kind of rules related, right?
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you might even just want to ask the umpire about a rule. You might even see someone measure a rock early in the end to see if a stone's in the house or not. All these type of scenarios. As we see Lena Nelson, I think pulling up short there. I think she was looking to corner freeze the yellow. And I see Sidorova just kind of eyeing up that angled run back.
Yeah, a few possibilities here. She could possibly come around on the out turn and tap that back to score 2 or 3. She could play off her own yellow on the wing to score 2. That one just over there and furthest away. Could come off that one onto the red to score 2, or she could run in the corner guard that Anna's eyeing up just now.
I think I'd be tempted to throw this angled run, I think. All depending on how hard you throw it. You'd be pretty unlucky to make contact and not score the 2. And if you make it real good, you score 3. I'm not sure if that in-off off the wide wing is any easier, really. I feel like the run on the guards, it feels more natural. Just a little bit off nose, and this one you're going to catch it really thin.
Yeah, and more reward as well, Sander.
Yep, risk and reward. But opting for the in-off. See, the angled run looks better for the highlight reel as well. Ooh, big extension here from Anna Sidorova. Sweeping it. Trying to keep this one straight, comes off, makes it perfect. It's a score of 2.
Fabulous shot by Anna Sidorova. Not even a smile.
Well, some players like that just want to keep cool and calm till the game's over.
Great shot though, and Russia open up a 4-shot lead. Russia 6, Denmark 2.
Modstander, derfor så skal vi altså så lidt mere ud af det. Op med 2 cornerguarder. Jeg vil gerne have dem ud i 2.
Final end of the first half. Here's Naruka Eshe. And Russia looking dominant here in draw 9. Starting to hit some form going into the playoffs. Already qualified. They're just looking to secure that top spot. Sander, the last 3 rounds, obviously, Denmark struggling a bit. How much would you put that down to kind of big international competition experience?
Well, if you asked me the same question 2 days ago, it would be really hard to answer, as the Danish team were just steamrolling through the competition, winning every game. But certainly playing all these big competitions around the world, especially in Canada, playing the top teams, is obviously going to help you facing tougher competition. You know, Danish teams have only been on tour in Europe, but I'd say on the women's side, a lot of the European teams are probably better than Canada anyway. But yeah, Russia's more experienced, it's got more funding, more time and effort to put into curling. So it's not a big surprise that they're running out here.
Yeah, Lena Nelson's been around the block a few times, as is Hella Simonsen, but our young and new front end. Well, throwing the double corner guard here. Trying to force the issue a little bit. Maybe they can get 2 or 3 on the board before half-time to really give us an interesting second half.
So, Russia just going to peel the corner guard. One of the simpler shots in curling, but so important to be able to make them time and time again. So having a player like Alexandra Reva here is really key, especially when you're up in games. So just kill everything your opponent's trying to get going.
Well, over to sheet B, Estonia, Finland. And here's Ona Kaustet throwing her final stone of the 4th end. Already leading by 4-1 in the huge game for the nation of Finland. Well, Ona Kaustet is just on fire at the moment. Puts that one down right onto the pot lid. And puts another one on the board. Finland 5, Estonia 1.
So same shot for Reva, but this time she might be able to come off and catch the other corner guard as well. Bit of a steeper angle this time. Pretty close. No. Just gonna roll underneath.
So this is how it all looks. Russia, Denmark and Scotland already qualified. Finland, if they win, they will also qualify. And the winner of Switzerland and Sweden will be hoping for a huge comeback from Estonia, which would end up in a tie-break. Of course, Estonia and Hungary already confirmed as relegated. 9th and 10th go down. And we'll be looking to bounce back next year.
Fint. Steffi.
Well, Fomina's turn this time to make the peel. And we'll see Denmark start to make a play around that corner guard. At some stage, they will have to make a play on that Yellowstone in the 4-foot circle in shot position. Well, stops just in time, but lying in 3rd shot position. Nasirova choosing not to sweep it in the hope that she might be able to see a little bit more of it for a takeout. Looks pretty well behind that corner guard. Oh, chooses the control weight takeout and makes a lovely shot. Rolls a little bit into the open too. So you see that corner guard just a little bit too long really for the Danes. I think in the second half of the game they'll be, or certainly at halftime, they'll maybe be talking about trying to get those guards a little bit tighter to the house, just to make these takeouts a little bit harder for Russia. Well, just lost the line on that one and rolls right out of the rings. Well, Fomina and Sidorova just trying to work out the best spot for this stone to make life as difficult as possible for the Danes. I think they feel pretty confident that they're going to make a force in this end, but if they could ever position one in a good spot to make things more difficult for Denmark to score, maybe they can get another point on the board before the halftime break.
В этом случае лучше пониже, но желательно снизить лайн. Просто если будет высоко, самое начало, то повезет, когда она будет. Да? Да.
Начало 4!
Мне кажется, 4! Ой, не-не-не-не-не-не-не-не-не-не-не.
Не знаю, сядет, я думаю,
Вообще нет совсем, нет, девочки, нет.
Очень аккуратно протирай.
Нет.
Весом.
Вообще нет.
Начало 4.
Отлично. Нет.
Well, down into the forfeit it goes. I'd have thought they might just want it a little bit shorter than that, but good all the same. They don't want to leave a guard up, certainly, that that Denmark would be able to draw around.
Yeah, nothing to draw around for Denmark here. I think they're just looking to play a sort of a nose hit here. Try and sit on top. Not double them off, just jam it on purpose here. Leave one yellow back four and sit in front. Wouldn't be lying shot though.
Hvis vi kan få den bagerste til at rulle bare en halv sten der.
Or maybe they are playing the double. Trying to roll in front of the third yellow. Looking at the ice, I'm guessing I'm going to see a controlled weight. Just see what comes off here. This one's going to overcurl and won't be able to remove any of the yellows. And Redstone just sitting duck at the moment.
Yeah, there's a kind of maybe a little bit underthrown there, I think, by Lena. Didn't even do enough to get one of the stones out.
Yeah, I thought we were just trying to get to nose and sit in front of the yellows, trying to make it a little harder for Russia to remove it. But no backing here, and I believe we'll see Russia sitting four in about 20 seconds. Let's make that 30.
О, нет, вообще нет. До конца ничего. Нет.
Just staying off this at the moment, but we'll curl up just in time. Don't think they needed to roll that in either. It's pretty good spot for it. Not leaving any backing for Lena Nelson, forcing her to make the draw.
Den duer ikke igen. Synes jeg ikke signalerer den ikke duer? Nå. Giv den lidt mindre, Steff, så den har muligheden for at komme over mod den anden. Er det lige så hurtigt den her vej ned? Så hvad er det?
Final stone here in the 5th end. Lena Nielsen must make. Facing 4 yellow Russian counters. Looking pretty good. Expertly done by Lena Nielsen. Keeps Denmark alive and keeps the home crowd interested too. So it's 1 for Denmark, and going into the halftime break, Russia will lead Denmark by 6 shots to 3.
Second end. 3 yellows in there. It's Anna Sidorova with the in-turn draw coming out wide, looking for 4 points. Starting to come closer to their own yellow. Rubs off, but we'll stick around for a big score. And a perfect start to the game for Team Russia. In the third end, Russia this time lying 2, and it's Denmark with last stone. Lena Nielsen playing the out-turn draw, making no mistakes, getting to the forfeit for the single. Being forced a second time, having to score 1 in the first end as well. Look good for steal, Denmark, in this end, but Anna Sidorova with her last one throws a bomb down the left-hand side of the sheet. Comes off the wide one, gets in and scores 2. Class shot by a classy player. And after 5, it's 6-3 in favor of Team Russia. Another update, Estonia playing Finland. Finland very much in control with a 5 shots to 1 lead. Finland seems to be lying 4. And it's Estonia's Skip Maila-Melder with a draw here to try and score a 1. Needing to cross the center line here, get to the forfeit. And this one needs to stop in time. And I don't think it has. And it's going to be a steal of 1 for Finland, who's looking for a playoff spot. The other games are on at the arena today. We'll see Germany leading Hungary 4 shots to 2. Scotland, Norway, so far evenly matched at 2 points each. And then we have an interesting matchup between Sweden and Switzerland. In the 5th end, it's 3 shots to 2 advantage for the Swiss. Here we have Hans Wuttrich, the head ice technician for the DE Arena, doing some stellar work. Ice has been very consistent, swingy, quick, no complaints so far, and that's easily shown in the great level of play we've had all week. We'll see Russian alternate Kovalyeva coming out with some fruit and berries.
Да хватит тоже, есть.
Obviously, a curling game can take up to 2.5 hours, so it's good to stay hydrated and have a little snack at halftime. As we see some of the stats, Russia out shooting Denmark by 8%. Generally on hits, they're doing better. Denmark struggling at 63% on their takeout so far, but mainly playing draws. No stolen points so far. Denmark has been forced 3 times, and Russia has been excellent at scoring multiple points with last stone advantage, scoring that 4 points in the second, 2 points in the fourth, and they'll have last stone again here in the sixth end. So far, game plan working out for the Russians, as we'll have Charlotte Clemenson kicking off the sixth end with a guard, presumably, Logan.
Well, you would hope so, Sander. Trailing by 3. Don't have the last stone either. Having a good game though, Charlotte, by 90%. If you've just joined us, you're watching the 9th session of the Women's Gruyère European Curling Championships 2015. Here in the Grand Lake Hockey Arena in Esbjerg, Denmark. Denmark, Russia. Russia very much in control in the first half.
Без конец дома, я думаю. Да.
Чуть может быстрее ехать, Лёш.
Воу! 9! Вообще нет! Ой, Саш, вообще нет! Саш!
Конец
Саш!
дома!
Нет, тау. С таким запасом.
I'll try a tick shot here, even at this early stage. Not even close, really. So Håvard Vad Pettersson make 2 perfect tick shots this afternoon against Switzerland, and how much easier that can make life for the skip.
So the sixth end really looking like a 10th end right here. Denmark putting up the double center guards and Russia playing the tick shot. Normally what you'd see the last end, extra end of a game, but certainly necessary for the Danes to want to get back into the game. 3 points down without hammer. Gonna have to force the play a little bit. Russia going for the tick shot again here. Sometimes you might see the team draw around the tight center guard if they don't make the first one. But giving Esche a chance to make the tick again. And a good chance to practice that type of shot for the playoffs. That makes it really nice this time. Really opens up the scoring area, the center line.
Yeah, nicely done. It looks like Denmark are starting to really just throw caution to the wind here already.
So, yep, just to kind of throw another long guard. Russia's going to peel it. That might just happen throughout the whole end, and you might see Denmark come around the center guard with their second to last or even last shot. Just got to be accurate with those guards and don't let Russia get a chance at a double peel. Alexander Reva.
Sweep, sweep, sweep.
Oh, will she get a bonus here? Take the Yellowstone into the house? I think so. So perfect shot there, gets the guard off, and We'll tap the corner guard up for a shot stone. Might even be usable later on. See it again here. Some good skipping too by Sidrova. Just seeing that chance halfway down the ice.
Yes, shake that så hurtigt.
Okay. Yep.
Very nice.
Når jeg er over, er det wow. Når jeg er henover, hold mig ind, er det wow. Let's see.
So long centre guard goes on. Really long centre guard. And Sidorova decides she'll play ball here and play the peel. Just needs to be a little bit careful of where this long ride goes when it goes goes towards the wing. Just need to be careful of a redirect off the corner guard and back into the house. Gets it to go underneath. Stevenson 73% for the game. Just needs to bring that level up a little bit if you want to be able to compete with Russia. Margareta Fomin, our opposite number, one of the strongest third players in the competition without doubt. Fomin up, having a super game, playing 98%.
Well, makes it double, just a bit unlucky to catch her on yellow there. But leaves the red stone outside the house, so good shot nonetheless. Keeps it off the centre line as well. And now effectively only one centre guard for Denmark. Might just have to come around that red stone just outside the rings.
Well, as that one drifts to a stop, let's have a sneaky peek over at sheet C. Centre ice sits Eve Muirhead. Two each after 5 ends.
Wait, Liam! Yeah! Hard, Vicky!
Eve indicating there might just be a little bit of something underneath the stone. So the sweeper is going coast to coast on this one.
Go, Vicky! Go!
Oh, makes a beautiful little tap. Nice shot there by Eve to score 2.
I'm killing you two.
I think that's a few times she's maybe thrown it a little bit light. The sweepers are really doing a good job for her. So after 6 ends, it's Scotland 4, Norway 2.
Still hanging in there though, Norway. Seem to be pulling at their best against the top teams. Only won 2 games this week, and it's 3 games. Beat Estonia, of course. But before that, they beat Red Hot Denmark and Russia, both undefeated until they met the Norwegians. Denmark not looking so red hot at the moment, though. Dropping a few games and now seem to be losing this one.
Well, it certainly was Norway that started this downward spiral for Denmark. Well, a good draw here.
think you might see Sidorova just maybe follow the draw. Come down, even if you just tap it up a little bit.
Den skal bare gennes.
Ja.
Might even be able to tap it out and roll to the center line. To go all the way down onto the red stone here, Denmark might be able to come after and freeze. So maybe I'll tap and check out in the open. Or she could just draw top of the tee line, get shot stone. In the sextant here, just really important for Russia to score, really. Just gonna maintain that grip on the even ends.
Не хочу вести фриз, потому что она поведет фриз сама.
Sidorova 85% for the game, 80 for the tournament. Trying to make the freeze here on this draw, just thrown. Looks a bit hot at the moment.
Yeah, I wonder if they were actually just trying to tap it out. But this one passing the guard by a fair bit. Doesn't quite get at the redstone out, but does leave the shooter in shot position fairly open. So I think she's going to be left with some room to score here with her last one. Not a terrible effort. And you'll see Denmark just play the hit and roll.
Jeg tror ikke, fryset er... Der er heller ikke så meget plads dernede.
Nej.
We'd love to draw somewhere here, but not sure if a draw around either of the guards is enough for you. So it's opting for the safer call. Just forcing Russia to take a one. And they're going to try and take their chance with the last one. This one starting to curl here. Oh, makes it a nice check. Slightly in behind the guard, but don't think that's going to matter too much. Russia will still just play the open draw for one.
Что скажете? Что все очень едет? Все очень едет?
15 нормально будет.
Well, I think Russia will be quite happy with how this game's moving along. Not really putting under any pressure on the Russians, the Danes at the moment, and Anna Sidorova just needs to hit the four here to score one.
Только ты, Саша. Показай, если не сядет.
Нет. Что сел?
Садится. Нет, вообще.
Все равно сильно.
This is a bit of a scary moment for Skip. The sweepers is just not even looking at the stone. And this is going to slide deep. Where's it going to end up? Too far. Denmark steals one. Ooh, big mistake from the Russian Skip.
Yeah, unexpected, certainly. And Denmark just get one closer. Russia 6, Denmark 4.
Ладно, сейчас взять нужно.
6-4, an unlikely steal there for Denmark in the 6th end. But generally, Russia looking very much in control, Sander.
Yeah, I think so. 2-point lead and last on advantage. They have enough hitting power to run the stones down and bring home the win. But still 4 ends, so a chance for the Danes to get back in. Just saw Russia turn around the game against Sweden earlier today. 3 down before the last end and took a 3 and stolen the extra. So anything can really happen. Just a couple of mistakes.
Oh, I think the coach maybe needs to have a chat with the Russians about this. That's twice that they've just drifted past the pin and no more. And it just gives such a glorious opportunity to Denmark, as they demonstrated the last time around, Sander.
Yeah, if Clemenson can lock one on here, and you might just get a half shot from Russia on the next one. Denmark can just guard that shot all the way through and maybe steal. Didn't happen last time around though. Sidorova made that great in off, but Clemenson's shot was lying there throughout the whole end until the very last shot. So this could be a really nice setup shot for Denmark. Although 13-6 on the hog-to-hog stopwatch will indicate that the stones are a tad heavy. It's a bit of a missed opportunity by Danish lead not to get in there. But, you know, a couple stones in behind the tee line there. Might just clutter up the forefoot. So I think the end's just kind of wearing in the way of Denmark's favour. Want to keep this in front of the tee line. Rather top 8 here than on the tee line.
Oh, nice draw there by Naruka Ishe. Down to the top of the button.
So you'll see Denmark just try to follow that Yellowstone. Look for a freeze, or maybe just tap it up a foot. Just really key where you leave your shooter here. Don't want to overthrow this one and roll off. Stones behind the tee line rarely helps you when you don't have last on advantage. And this one does look a bit hot, Logan.
Yeah, needs to curl. Just bounces off, as she couldn't afford to do. Leaves those 2 reds side by side. It'll be interesting to see whether Russia want to peel the guard or make a play in the forefoot. Just lots of all the scores along the bottom there, just from all the other sheets. See everything pretty much going as you would expect it to. Germany getting a bit of a tough time off Hungary. Russia just need to be a little bit careful here. They don't just create a big pocket for the Danes to lay a stone in.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind just seeing them peel the centre guard already now, but I'll be expecting them to do it on their next one.
Well, at least they roll away from the centre, which is certainly advisable.
Another freeze tap called by Helena Nelson. And, hopefully Stephanie Riesel's not going to overthrow this one. Really need to sit on top of the hills. Really curling here.
Lidt endnu.
And we'll push the top yellow just behind T. Set for shot stone, not too bad.
So, Russia didn't take the opportunity to peel that guard with the last one. Now they're kind of facing a similar problem right now. And now they have got that big wall of stones along the back of the button.
Если это чуть сюда, в любом случае она тогда сюда будет играть. Мы опять заставляем ее играть центр. Сыграть сюда ролл. Да, этот просто убрать отсюда. У нас будет еще вариант снять гард. Одна ошибка, мы достанем его.
45! 4:45, да.
So we're not going to rip the guard here. Going for the red stone here. What I think they'd like to do is actually slash this red and trying to move a couple of their yellows on the back four. Even if you remove one of those yellow stones from play, I think that'd be look a lot better for them. Just kind of remove that nest of stones. Playing a fairly controlled weight though, not sure how much movement she'll get. Yeah. Pretty good.
Yeah, that maybe just helps a little bit, just a little rumble on the stones at the back of the forefoot, just to clear a way out for any Danish stones if required.
Kind of feels like a bit of an all or nothing end for Denmark now. So many yellow stones in the house.
Well, just trying to hit and stick on the back ones here to leave a freeze on.
Not a big fan of the hit, to be honest. If you ever roll out here, the end is pretty much over. And now rolling to third shot position. I'd be very surprised if Russia didn't peel the guard. Yeah, there we go. And it's not going to leave a whole lot for Denmark to work with. Could have just drawn around the centre guard there, to be honest. Felt a bit late starting to hit stones when there's four in there. Nice peel by Thomina.
Well, back to sheet C. Scotland lying one in there at the moment. And here's Christian Skaslien with final stone of the 7th end. We've seen her have a little bit of a struggle with some of her takeouts in the last couple of days. But looking good here. Comes down onto the beak and scores 2 for Norway to even it up. And once again, Norway performing well against the big guns. 7 ends played, 4 each.
Didn't quite catch the call on our sheet here, but I think they're trying to freeze this Yellowstone, and they've come pretty close. At first glance, you might think it's just a nose double, but that first red might just spring onto the Yellowstone to the right of our screen.
Well, if they just managed to drag that just another couple of inches, then it could have been a really difficult shot to remove. Maybe even impossible. Great effort there by Lena Nilsson. Hella Simonsen, sorry.
Yeah, if you catch this one thin enough, you might be able to squeeze it through the port. And there we go, both the reds fly actually, leaving 3 yellows in play, no guards. And Denmark's just going to have to try and freeze onto this pocket again.
Just looking at those Russian jackets, Sander. Looks like they might have stolen them from Wimbledon.
I don't watch too much tennis, so.
Yeah.
Straight out of Roger Federer's kit bag.
Different style, certainly, for the Russian teams this season.
Yeah, it says beauty of success on their tops. Certainly having a lot of success so far this week.
Tend to see a bit more colour and floral patterns. A little more classy maybe this week. A little more formal. As Wimbledon might suggest. So Nelson's draw down here looking pretty good, I think. Wowie. Super shot.
Well, that'll just keep things interesting, won't it? Great shot by Lennon Nielsen. Backs to the wall.
Yep, there's a couple of inches of separation. Catch it thin enough, you might be able to spring it out the side door. Another option could have been to just play the controlled hit here and try and sit on nose for shot stone. But I think we're going to see the upweight from Sidorova. Big extension as well.
Oh, she's not left much in the tank for this one. Well, hit it pretty much as good as she could. Can she get it shot? Oh, super shot. That's about as good as she could have done. And Denmark running out of stones to freeze on.
Yeah, hard to imagine this could end up as a blank end. Well, depending on what Denmark choose to do here. Looks like they are drawing though.
Så er meget is, det der gør det ikke? Men den skal selvfølgelig kun falde til kanten af 8. Hvad? Ja.
We'll try and freeze it. Can't really see them stealing even with a perfect trees here, to be honest. Sweepers staying right off this one as it's coming into the house, and weight wasn't too bad, but certainly didn't curl enough to make it. Sitting for shot though, so at least forcing Sidorova to make a play on the red stone. I think she's going to be fancy and go for a 2, or just peel it off for the 1.
Well, let's just see the reaction here. I think Lena knows that they may well lose a score of 2 here after that shot. Tough shot though.
It could always play it safe for the single, but they're trying for 2. Obviously, tolerance is rolling out. And I believe she has kept tolerance on that shot.
Yeah, absolutely. And after all the stones come to rest, it's a score of 1 for Russia, and they open up a 3-shot lead once again. 7 ends played here. It's Russia 7, Denmark 4.
Нет, 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 добавил, добавил, правда. Девочки, внимательно. Добавила обратно.
Нет, нет. В конце надо будет.
Не валит еще даже.
Уже можно. Есть 4-6.
Саша первая. Мне кажется, надо чуть-чуть. 3. 4-6. Еще. Да, 4 еще. А, у нас времени нормально, просто у них очень много.
8th end here in our featured game. Russia against Denmark in women's draw 9 of the Gruyère European Curling Championship 2015. Logan Gray and Sander Rolvag calling the game for you. And this is Charlotte Clemenson playing lead for Denmark. And is it too much for Denmark to do here, Sander, to turn this 3-shot deficit around?
I wouldn't say it's impossible. You score 2 here and then steal another point. It's all even. So I think they're doing a good job. Picked up a steal. First Russia. Wouldn't say Denmark has all the momentum, but they're slowly but steadily turning the game around. No hits for Esbjerg so far. Clemenson outplaying her, percentage-wise anyway. We've seen her drop a few shots in behind tee, but this time I think both rocks will find a spot in front of the tee line and very well lined up on the center line. Denmark will throw another corner guard.
Linjen er fin. Godt være 12. Den tager fra nu. Helt dernede.
So Sander, just while Denmark setting us up earlier on off the air, I kind of asked you when the last time that Finland qualified for the playoffs might have been. I believe you've arrived at a decision on this.
Yeah, you know, I did some digging, tried to look at every championship Finland's played since they were an official member of the World Curling Federation back in 1979. I started playing the Europeans in 1983. And the only thing I can find is back in 97 with a record of 4 and 5 in a completely different format with 2 groups and the quarterfinals and everything. But Finland did make it to the semi-final and in the end lost out in the bronze final, placing 4th. So definitely a huge step in the right direction for female curling in Finland.
Yeah, absolutely. Currently 4 shots up with the hammer against Estonia. And if they were to win that game, they would secure that 4th spot in the semi-finals. The first 3 already determined for Russia, Denmark and Scotland. Certainly looking like it will be Russia 1, Denmark 2 and Scotland 3. One will play 4, so that would be Russia against Finland, and 2 would play 3, which would be Denmark versus Scotland. So here are the comparisons. Alexandra Revat, 90%. Plays Stephanie Nielsen Riisdahl. 90 plays 80. Choosing to ignore the stones in the center and come around the corner guard.
Well, they're bound to try something, and it's a lot easier to place a stone in behind the corner guard by drawing rather than playing the hit and roll. And now we'll see Russia Try and peel the corner guard. Might try and get both, and you know, we might see the second guard redirect onto the stone in the house. Sounds a bit thin, and will be. Only picks off the top one.
So Lynn Nielsen just trying to get a picture in her head of what she wants to happen with these two yellow stones, because she will have to deal with them at some stage. Deciding this is the moment. She was really wanting to push the boat out, then she could risk leaving some of these yellow stones around to freeze on later on by tapping them back. Choosing to play a takeout on this occasion.
Could also could have just also drawn around both the yellows to the back 12. I think she just might not have to double here on the red stones.
Yeah, it was always the risk. Had to make sure she kept the shooter, but at the same time had to make sure she rolled away. Generally, Margareta Fomin eats shots like this for breakfast. And there they go. Terrific takeout player. Another look as she makes them both go away. Just hit slightly below the equator in that second one, which makes it run through the house.
Ja! Vi har plads, Lotte. Virker lidt langt. Nej, 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 nej. Kør. Steffen, Steffen. Kør, 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 kør. Go, Pia. Go. Længere endnu.
Not going to get enough finish on this draw. That red stone's going to sit in the open as we see the stats for the third players. Fomina been outstanding today at 95%. We'll hold the broom for Anna Sidorova. As she'll probably see almost all the stone from the hack. Just come down with the control weight, play all hit and check towards the center line.
Well, Anna Sidorova can see a piece of this red in behind the guard. And just takes it out and rolls over. No reason to leave any of the enemy stones lying around in a scoring position. Well, I don't see any value in playing a takeout here. Pretty close at the fourth position. Both of them playing in there around that 80% mark. But maybe the Russian team just getting a little bit more support from the middle order. That's been the difference today.
They are electing to play the hit and roll here. I thought maybe she would just play the freeze, if anything. Maybe just keeping the blank alive, thinking she's got two more ends to play. Don't want to give away last one by being forced, so just being slightly cautious. Still has a little bit of time, so.
Yeah, well, even still, Lysander, I think if you either go for the two or you go for the blank here, you could have gone for a double takeout there to make the blank a real possibility, and now Denmark have ended up kind of in the middle of the two options, and they're likely to get forced to take one and give up that last stone advantage.
Full of knowledge, Logan. Wisdom.
Not necessarily useful knowledge, Sander, unfortunately.
So I wonder if a nose hit here will force Lena Nelson to play a draw or hit the back heel. Not sure if she'll be able to nose hit the same stone right back for a score of 1. As the top of this rock would be lying outside the forfeit. Throwing pretty big weight for a controlled nose hit here. Maybe a bit too much. But sticks around, so Denmark will be forced to draw for the single.
And Sidorova looking on. Well, needs to hit the forfeit here. Final stone of the 8th end, facing 2. Russian counters in the 8th foot. Just needs to land it in the forfeit to score here in the 8th end and narrow the gap to 2 once again. And well looked after by the sweepers. It's going to be a score of 1 for Denmark in the 8th end. And score now, Russia 7, Denmark 5, but just 2 ends to come.
Bitte små forældre vender det hele. Altså, vi skal bare...
Ninth end, Charlotte Clemenson gets us underway once again here. And Denmark still with a lot to do here, Sander.
Yeah, they've lost that last one advantage now, so I think what they need to do is probably steal 3 ends in a row. Tall task for the Danes, but not impossible.
Well, they have made 1 steal along the way so far in this game. Certainly sounds like a tall order, though, to get 3 in a row.
That's a much better draw from the Russian lead this time. Just top 4.
It's changed to see them play the come around there when they were playing the tick shot earlier in the game. But,
that's a fair point.
Lovely setup by the Danish lead, though. Keeps those red stones well separated and difficult to remove the double.
Now they're opting for the tick shot, actually. So just maybe feeling like getting a good shot in the forefoot before trying out different shots.
Yeah, I mentioned in one of the previous games that I just wasn't always convinced that the Russians were completely confident about strategy, and I think that kind of shows there a little bit. Maybe they have the reasons for having two different approaches to a similar situation, but generally you would see teams have a consistent approach that they do time and time again, the one that they think will help them to arrive at their outcome at the end that they're looking for. Perhaps being a little bit critical, but certainly somewhere for me that the Russians could develop.
Hvis vi kan få dem til at lægge sig op af hinanden, helt op af hinanden, helt op af hinanden, uden vinkel helst. Jeg ved godt, det er meget beder. Lige præcis der, faktisk.
So, that Sonos is going to nestle up onto the other red guard. Should be a fairly straightforward double peel.
Yeah, the only thing really working in Denmark's favor here is that they are bang in line.
I think we'll see a bit of the drag effect here. Catch this one thin, and you should see this second red move a bit to the right as we see it. There we go, away from the ill in the house.
Yeah, nicely done by Reva.
Obviously that first stone is wanting to move to the right. It's just kind of dragging that second stone a little bit in that direction. A lot of friction between the stones. I think those physics are all different than, for example, snooker or billiards, where there's less contact surface and less friction. Always get fooled when playing snooker, thinking there's a drag effect, but there's not.
Oh, maybe you should stick to curling, Sandra. You seem to be doing okay at that at the moment. So it's just a slightly off-center guard there. Meanwhile, over on sheet B, and Finland seem to be on course to qualify for the semi-finals for the first time since
1997.
1997, thank you, Sander. And here's Ona Kauste facing a couple of Estonian counters in the forefoot. Well, this one's going to glide right on by. And it's a steal of 2 just to make things interesting. Estonia get it back to 6-4, and maybe that'll just make Sweden and Switzerland a little bit more interested in what's happening. Of course, they need Estonia to defeat Finland if they want to remain in this shake-up for the semi-finals.
Yep. Go. Okay.
So it's just really target practice at the moment for Russia. Denmark not really doing a good enough job of the setup at the front end to really put any pressure on Russia. Alexandra Reva doing a great job of ripping the guards, and from there, the back end for Denmark, not really much to work with at all.
Jeg tror, vi skal lege lidt med cornergarden.
So I think Denmark's going to try and come around the ills. Lennon Nelson just saying, well, we might have to play cutesy with the corner guard.
Well, it's a tough draw, that's for sure.
I don't think this is going to be anywhere close to the guard. It's going to over curl. A bit short, really. Line wasn't too bad. It's just going to stay on top of the O's, but not for much longer, I'd imagine.
Final score on sheet C: Scotland 9, Norway 4. And they're just having a little look around to see what else is going down, especially in the game between Denmark and Russia. And certainly the way things look at the moment, Scotland are going to qualify in second position as they'll move away from Denmark. And Russia are going to be top of the pops at the end of the round robin. So just a reminder, the way things stand at the moment, we're looking at Russia 1, Scotland 2, Denmark 3, and Finland 4. If the scores were to remain as they are at the moment.
Prøv at stjæle 2 i sidste. Spørgsmål så vi kan stjæle 2 i sidste.
Other kind of interesting situations. Norway finishing on 3 wins and 6 losses. And Germany out there playing against Hungary at the moment. If they could put a win on the board there, they would move to 4 wins and be guaranteed a place at the World Championships next year. I think they may already have ranking over Norway, which would guarantee them 7th. So Norway in a challenge match with the winner of the B group to remain in the A's for next year.
That's certainly what it looks like, although shouldn't be confirming anything from our position. At least I burnt myself on that a few times before. Now, Norway was the team to qualify from the B group last year and won the qualification game to get to the World Championships in Sapporo, Japan. But they had 2 games in the B, I believe, and one game in the A. Played best out of 3. That tends to switch for every year.
Он стоит, прям найти. Надо постараться параллельно.
Yeah, certainly as the way things stand, the big shock will be Elena Pats and her world champion team from Sapporo earlier this year not to qualify. They're currently locked at 5 each with Sweden after 8 ends, but if Finland can hold out against Estonia, then the result of that game will be meaningless.
Хорошо. Нет. Не-не-не. Свип. Параллельно. Свип. Оу, Кир.
Just to confirm how that qualification game marks. I believe last year Norway played best out of 3 against Estonia, and they had 2 of their games in the B arena. 1 game was played in the A, and it should be reversed for this year. So good luck for Norway, actually. They would be able to play 2 of their games in the A arena and only the 1 game in B. So advantage Norway in that case. I've heard good things about the ice in the B arena, though. Mark Hallen and his crew doing the ice over there. So it shouldn't be too different.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we've seen in the A group, Hans Wüttrich, Chief Ice Tech, and his crew treating these players to fantastic playing conditions as well. So that's the way it should be when you come to an international championship. You've earned your right to be there, then you should be treated to the highest standards. So another one of these difficult freezes for Lennon Nelson. So difficult to steal when you don't have any guards. Looks like a good attempt. Well, just comes up fraction shy once again.
Hvorfor filen bliver der ikke farvet på den?
Well, that's going to make it tough. Russia will, more than likely, score at least one. And they have a pretty good opportunity to draw for 2. And that would make it a 9 shots to 5 game. I think that would probably be enough for handshakes. Although it is the last game, so you might see them play the last end. Nothing to lose. Sweeper's not really touching this draw at the moment. Just looking for this one to settle down. A lot of rotation on Sidorov's draws. That will keep the stone gliding for a bit farther than usual. And this one will slip to the back and out to the forfeit. Almost, anyway. And it's only 1 for Russia.
Yeah, so Denmark hanging on by the skin of their teeth, and after 9 ends, it's Russia 8, Denmark 5. Into the 10th end. The final end, you would think, of the round robin of 2015, the Gruyère European Curling Championships, live from the Granley Hockey Arena in Esbjerg, Denmark. My name's Logan Gray, and with me, Sander Rolvag. It's been all Russia tonight, hasn't it, Sander?
Yeah, for sure. They've been the better team all the way through. We had that one steal for Denmark in the 6th end after a mistake by Anna Sidorova, but apart from that, they've forced Denmark to score the single every time they've had hammer, so good on them. 3 up on Denmark. But Russia was 3 down against Sweden earlier today. Scored a 3 and stolen the extra. Maybe we'll see Denmark do the same.
Do you think with that happening so recently to Russia, it might make them a little bit sharper coming down the 10th here?
Well, they certainly know what not to do. And kind of like this goal by Team Russia.
Yeah, they were probably looking for that first one to be a little bit further into the house. The call was certainly good, but I'm not too sure about the execution.
I think they were trying to peel off their own yellow there, rather than just run it through.
Well, I certainly went a little bit too close to the yellow for for comfort on the throw through.
Yeah, no, that Yellowstone's top 12 just really acts like a guard for Denmark, so I think they were looking to peel that off.
Vi skal skifte. Den køler ikke sådan rigtig meget. Den kommer her.
So we're just going to nip over live to sheet B, a rather game of high interest at the moment. Kausta facing a button draw against one Estonian counter. Already leading by 2, and she would love a 3-shot lead coming home.
I just wonder if they're feeling a bit of pressure here, getting so close to the finish line.
Well, is this one going to rear up in time? Oh, it certainly is. Lovely shot by Johanna Kausta. Gets one on the board and stops the rot. 3-shot lead coming home for Finland. Well, within touching distance now of the semi-finals, Finland.
Yeah, they don't have to go through quarterfinals like the last time back in '97. Of course, the Finnish men's team has done quite reasonable through the years. Last time they won a last time and only time I believe they won a gold at the Europeans was in 2000. Markku Uusipalmi went undefeated throughout the competition, 11-0 record. And of course scoring a silver medal at the 2006 Olympics in Turin.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's that was probably all before Alexandra Reva even started curling. Makes the appeal once again.
Yeah, certainly big revolution in Russian curling after they were awarded the Olympics in Sochi. They put a lot of funding into getting some players ready for the Olympic Games, and as a result, they have a pretty strong squad of both male and female players in Russia now.
Well, and over here on sheet E, still a game of interest, but their hopes really slipping away as far as making the semi-final goes. Needing some help from Estonia at the moment. Cici Östlund bouncing back from an absolute disaster against Russia this morning. Looked to have it all sewn up, but just couldn't get over that finishing line. Nice draw here though to score 1. And after 9 ends, they will have a 1-shot lead over Switzerland. Sweden 6, Switzerland 5.
Well, back in our sheet, see Denmark just been throwing up that guard on the red stone. Hoping for a miss at some point. I think they're going to throw the guard again.
Well, at some stage, they're probably going to have to draw around that yellow at the front of the house, I would suggest.
Yep, draw around the yellow. Let Russia make a play on the open red and then come around the yellow once more. Hope for a miss. Might get a chance to score 3. Certainly the next call. Russia might see a little bit of the shots thrown behind the guard, but not going to be too fancy with it. Just going to be in the
there's the
corner.
live standings there. Russia and Scotland both 7 wins, and Denmark there in the 3rd. Looking like Finland's going to move to 6 wins to get that 4th spot. And nothing really in play either in the 10th end. I'm not too sure about this one. Trying to freeze on the front one and leave an angle.
I think this is something I tend to see from the less experienced teams. They're looking for a freeze rather than drawing around. And you know, with the ice conditions and the lively rocks, and also the throwing abilities of the players nowadays, you're going to have to make a freeze just perfect to make a shot slightly difficult. So certainly coming around the yellow, even all the way back 8, leaves a much tougher shot for the Russians.
Oh, that could be game over right there. Huge mistake by Ella Simonsen, and really just leaves Anna Sidorova to peel the redstone out, and that would be game. Thoroughly controlled performance by Russia this evening, giving the running band a good clean to make sure of any misfortune.
You had a good look at the insert there as well. 2 different types of granite. One for the rock itself, and a disc of blue hone granite, I believe, from Isla Craig, the island off the west coast of Scotland. For the running band.
Absolutely right, Sander, and this is Anna Sidorova with what's likely to be the final stone of the game. Denmark won't be able to score 3 from this position, and the handshake is offered by Lena Nielsen. Fortunately for Denmark, it's going to be their 3rd successive defeat, and with that win, Russia topped the round robin. And the final score here, Russia 8, Denmark 5.
Надеюсь, мы долго дождемся, да? Вроде да. Сейчас как раз где 5 камней. Отдаст. Да.
So, our feature game between Denmark and Russia is over, but we should be panning over shortly to another exciting game of curling. 3 games still ongoing in the arena today in Germany, Hungary, Estonia, Finland, and Sweden, Switzerland. And I do think we are panning over to Sheet B for the exciting matchup between Estonia and Finland. Finland very much in control with a 3-point lead, but Estonia has hammer and could very well stop Finland from making it to the playoffs. As mentioned, if Finland picks up the win, they will be through to the playoffs along with Scotland, Denmark and Russia. And no chance for either Sweden or Switzerland to catch up, being 1 win behind already before this draw. So we're down to Estonia's 3rd player's 2nd stone, so not a whole lot of opportunities left to score a 3. I believe that's going to pull up short, and I'm not quite sure how they're going to be able to score a 3. Only have 2 stones left. Wouldn't mind seeing just a shake of hands right there, but I guess Estonia's going to hope for a miracle. Or maybe they're just clinching on to the last few moments of their A group experience. Estonia, of course, being relegated to the B group for the next year's edition of the European Curling Championships, which will be held in Glasgow, Scotland. So just a peel of the guard here from Una Kauste should be enough to secure a place in the playoffs. Although this one goes straight by. And Estonia will still have a mathematical chance of scoring 3. Although I think you need a few more tricks up your sleeve than Harry Potter to do so.
Seuraavalle ei enää yritetä edes heittäkää.
Se võib olema 60, se võib olema 60, 70.
And I wonder if they're looking to split this red, and
proovime, kas see läheb 2 peale, eriti ei usu, aga
don't think that's going to be physically possible
otsem kivi. Jah, 8.
to get the 2 reds into the house. Unless you, of course, bounce it off the bumper.
Jaa, 70.
So Finland looking a little confused as Mila Mulder, skip of Estonia, gets ready for what I dare say is a rather impossible shot to pull off. This one starting to curl early as well. And just going to tap that red stone to the wing. And I think now they're going to realize that there's no chance to tie this game up, and they'll just shake hands. Finland with a decent performance and a solid win, 7 shots to 4. And I believe Finland, with that win, will actually be ranked 3rd, ahead of Denmark after beating them in the round robin. So, a bit of an historic result for Finland, and their 2nd time in the playoffs. It'll be interesting to follow them as the week progresses. So, only 1 game left in the Granley Arena. And it is Switzerland playing Sweden. They are playing the 10th end. Denmark-Russia, 2nd end. After Denmark was forced to a single in the 1st end, it's Anna Sidorova with a golden opportunity to score big with her last stone of the 2nd. A nice little in-turn draw. Comes off her yellow, sticks around for 4. And a huge start for Team Russia. Another force in the 3rd, so up by 2 already as Sidorova comes off with some great stuff here. In off for 2. Classy shot by a classy skip. And in the 5th end, we would see Denmark being forced to play a draw against a whole heap of yellow stones. No problems from the experienced skip. Lena Nelson finds the forfeit, but again, just forced to that single. And Russia would be up by 3 points. And in the end, Russia would run Denmark out of stones, and the shake of hands. Another win for Team Russia, but both in the playoffs. The other games out in the arena today, we have another 3 final scores. Germany beating Hungary, as we saw Finland beating Estonia, and also Scotland beating Norway 9 shots to 4. Sweden and Switzerland still ongoing. And here we have the standings after round robin play. Russia will finish at first spot, 8 wins and 1 loss. Scotland being ranked second. Denmark and Finland 3 and 4. But I do believe Finland should have the 3rd spot. Yet to be confirmed though. Sweden and Germany and Norway, Estonia and Hungary will make up for the bottom half of the standings just now. Although, as mentioned, Sweden and Switzerland still playing.
Anna, congratulations. Top of the round robin. That's the first job done, right?
Yeah, the first job done, but that's only the beginning of the real competition here.
It seemed like a much more controlled performance than earlier on today. Did you make any specific changes?
No, actually we didn't. Yeah, we didn't make any special changes. We just probably was more confident that now we are definitely at the top 4, and just we try to keep calm, whatever happened, and just we try to show our normal game.
Is there anything in particular you would like to tighten up on going into the semi-finals?
Not really. The first thing, and probably the most important one, is just to win. So we're 2 wins ahead of the title, which we're here for. So that's the main goal, and we are all for it now.
Great. Good luck in the semis.
Well, so much fun with the round robin, but the more exciting games yet to come. Please join us again for more broadcasting fun tomorrow here at the European Curling Championships in Esbjerg, Denmark. See you soon.